Okay, hi guys. Today we're going to talk about a quick way to revise, okay? This is going to be a game changer for you guys, hopefully. So, here we go. Revision usually takes place when you're doing, like a specific event. Let's say you got cheated on by your boyfriend and you're trying to revise it because you know it's from your own thoughts, so you just want to take care of it and not think about it anymore, have it like wiped out of your history. So you just basically, you can write down what actually happened on one side of on one side of the notebook, and then on the other side of the notebook you're just writing down a new story. Like, let's say he came to your house and knocked on your door and told you, hey, sorry, like while I was away, I cheated on you. I'm really sorry. If you want to break up with me, it's okay. Maybe we should break up, whatever he said, right? So the story you're writing on this side of the paper is, he came to my house, he brought flowers, he was like, hey, I missed you while I was gone, I couldn't wait to see you, I'm here back in town, now, can we hang out, I missed your face, oh my god, you're so beautiful, I love you so much, I can't wait to plan a date this week with you, blah 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 blah, right? So those two different stories, and then the new story is the one you're going to be repeating, right? So that's the traditional way to revise, right? And revision is just simply used to wipe out something that was painful, and so that you can start fresh, and so that you can create fresh from a new standpoint, right? So that's the traditional way that we can use revision. Now, what you would need to do in that case, in the way that is traditionally taught through Neville, is that you're literally repeating the new story so many times, right? You're just going to repeat it until it sinks in that when you think of that event, you think of the new story, right? So you have to literally repeat it so many times. And this can be a lot for some people, okay? So that's why I'm going to give you what I'm going to give you today. It's just a new way to revise. And it's quite effective, it's very quick, and it can change your paradigm fast. It can change your reality very quickly. So it's basically, this is what you're going to do. So whatever happened, right? Maybe someone cheated on you, maybe you got broken up with, whatever that was in the past, or maybe let's say you had to live in your car for 6 months because you couldn't pay rent, because you just have a poor mindset, a poor person's mindset. You feel like you're always going to be poor, or you're never going to have enough money, and it's hard for you to find a place that you love, that's cool, that you really like, that you can actually afford, okay? So whatever it is, those specific events can be sort of painful. So sometimes revising them doesn't always work for everyone, because saying the new story can sometimes bring up the old story, right? If you're trying to replace the story, sometimes the old story can just keep poking back through, right? And it can be kind of a difficult process sometimes to go through that and really imprint a new story. So the way that I recommend to revise, and the way I teach my clients, is to use blanket self-concept affirmations to revise. So for example, if you got cheated on, you just say, I'm always the one that's chosen. You can even just say, I've never been cheated on. You can use negative words if you want, just so you know what you're saying, right? And your subconscious mind is not stupid. It'll get it if you say never. I've never been cheated on. I've always been loved deeply. Everyone that's with me always just wants just me. I'm always top priority. If there's been people that have cheated on you in the past, you can literally correct all of the past mistakes and not have to go into a detailed new story, right? You can just literally use blanket self-concept affirmations, and this is so effective and a serious game changer. And I don't know, I've never heard this before, so I think it's a new way of doing it, right? Or at least the way that I teach to do it. If changing the specific story is sort of difficult for people. So that's one, if I've been cheated on. But let's say you couldn't afford rent and you had to live in your car. I've always had amazing apartments. I can always afford my amazing places that I live in. I always pick the best places, and I have more than enough money to afford every place that I live in. You know, these are blanket self-concept affirmations that literally can wipe out any negative past story that has happened, even if it's a very specific story, right? Like, let's say the specific story was you had to live in your car for 6 months. To wipe that out, you could just use a blanket statement that I always live in the best apartments. I have the most amazing house. I can always afford, I have more than enough money to always afford these most amazing living arrangements for myself. You know, money loves me and I love money. What did I hear? Oh yeah, I love money and money loves me. I have a great relationship with money. Money's always coming to me. Money flows freely into my life. I always have enough money to take care of all of my needs, and plus, you know, I always have enough money to take care of everyone that I love too. That's a good one, because then you're not just self-focused, you know, you can take care of other people too. The thing that I was always affirming for was like, I love buying gifts for people. So like, I would always say like, I always have enough money for my own needs, and also love having enough money left over for buying, like, to buy gifts for people or to make people happy by buying them things that they may need, you know, just like family members or friends. And one of my affirmations is like, always have enough money to be generous and buy everybody that I love gifts and presents. And, you know, I didn't want to always have to just buy them something on their birthday. I wanted to be able to buy people things whenever I saw something that I think they would like, you know, and that's a different kind of wealth, right? It's kind of like an advanced wealth, right? So you're not just doing the bare minimum. You're like saying use these things to propel you into making more money. Like whatever it is that gives you joy, right? Like it would always give me joy to like be able to buy people things that like they would like, that would make them smile, that was maybe unnecessary or like not for a birthday, just like that extra thing that's not even for a holiday, you know, that's just like, just because you love them, just because you want to see them smile, something like that. So these are the blanket statements. You can just say something like, I've always had enough money. And using always helps as well, because then it can wash out any weird event that made you feel like you didn't have enough money, or made you feel like you weren't desirable, or made you feel like no one loves you, whatever. Like you can just always say like, I've always been lovable. You can use the word always in there too, to create a very massive blanket statement using self-concept to obliterate all of those little occurrences that, you know, can build up, that feel negative, you know, instead of revising each one specifically, because that can be it can be very tedious to revise specifically. And then sometimes people don't do it enough for it to work, right? They really have to repeat the new story like hundreds of times, or like sometimes, right? Because their old story is so stuck within them. So this self-concept one, just to sort of blanket just put a blanket on those old occurrences, those little specific things that happened along the way, will really help you out. So hopefully this helps. Please thumbs it up if it did, and subscribe if you love this stuff. I'm going to be doing a video a day, hopefully, or video a day or every other day. So if you love transforming and radically changing your life with Neville concepts and also law of assumption, then stick around and subscribe. Okay, bye guys.